Good idea. Thank you for that. Any others?
That's all I've got.
Hey, speaking of, you brought up Aubrey and the nice note from his family, and I know some of us will or have already been to see the Collette family. That's another past employee, another former employee of ours that just recently passed away. So I know we will all want to speak to that and give our condolences. Those of us that knew them well, Miss Linda was a sweetheart. She worked here for 24 years. And there wasn't too many people in Smyrna that didn't deal with her in some capacity when they paid a utility bill or needed some service. And she always did that with a kind heart and a smile. So to the Collette family, Paul and Johnny and Carol and Donna, the brothers and sisters, they lost their father many years ago. So we just want to lift them up at Christmas time here and think of their family, and prayers and condolences to them. So I wanted to recognize Miss Collette. I know HG, Tim, Raquel, everybody up here probably knows them very well, and she's going to be missed. So.
And one other thing, I'm sorry, I missed my note. Today I had the pleasure of going to Brown's Chapel School for the Great American Shake competition, their final 6, and we took them down to the final 3 that will now go to the county and represent Brown's Chapel. Man, what a tough competition when you get down to that level with 5th graders, and there's 6 very qualified people. It was a very unique experience, a lot of fun. I was there with some fellow Rotarians, and to include one of our police officers, Mr. Beverly, to help work through that process, and we just had a great time. And Brown's Chapel is a great school in our community that does a lot with us. They've been very proactive with the Coos Memorial to build educational modules for us and those kind of things. So Dr. Goosetree out there, I just appreciate her and the work that she's doing at Brown's Chapel.
Brown, we keep you pretty busy, don't we?
Try to stay busy.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Mr. Peach?
The one thing I do want to mention, Katie and I are very proud. One of our girls, Hallie, is graduating from MTSU on the 14th.
Is that lightening your wallet load a little bit, maybe?
Yes,
Good
yes,
deal.
yes. And
Congratulations.
she's
to
worked
her.
hard. She's didn't spend a whole lot of time there, so she's.
Is she going to be an attorney, or do we know what she's chasing her dream?
No, well, not yet. But she likes law enforcement, so we'll see where that takes her.
Good deal.
She didn't learn anything from what I did, so.
Pathway to the attorney's office.
That's right.
Raquel, do you have anything tonight?
I have a couple of things. First, as you've already mentioned, I'd like to extend my condolences to the Collette family. And I'd also like to say congratulations to Chief Arnold on this year's Pinnacle Award. And I'd also like to just mention that on last Thursday, that Brian and LaDonna Parham actually went on Rutherford Issues on WGNS radio to discuss the parade and the donations that were given. And so I think that was a good show if you have time to go back and listen to it.
So, Councilwoman Peebles was with us, so you're being kind.
You two did most of the talking and supporting and championing Smyrna and the citizens of Smyrna for all that they donated. So
I bet you look good on the radio.
probably better than in person.
I'm not sure if that was a compliment or not. You look good on the radio.
Raquel, were you finished?
Actually, I wasn't, but
Okay.
I also want to mention the Christmas at the Depot that was this past Saturday. The weather did not cooperate all that well, but I think there was still a really good turnout. So thanks to fire department, police department, the parks department, and also Carpe Artista that had the they had the vendors in the Carpe Artista 101 building, and there were also vendors at the Smyrna Assembly Hall, and I think that was a good time had by all. And let's see. Actually, I want to take a moment to thank the citizens who actually came to, we had a benefit Christmas party at my office, the attorneys at the Victory House on yesterday, and we were able to raise $12,420 on behalf of CASA, Rutherford County. And what CASA does is it has volunteers that actually support kids that are in foster care. And so with those funds, CASA will now be able to buy Christmas gifts for the children that they are supporting and mentoring in the CASA program.
And what was the amount again? I didn't hear. How
Pardon
much
me?
did they raise?
We raised $12,420
Awesome. Good
in
deal.
cash, and we also had citizens to bring out toys. So in addition to the money, there were toys that were brought to be able to give out to the different children. So thank everyone who did participate in that. We really appreciate it. And again, it just shows just how supportive and just how giving the Smyrna community is. So I want to thank you all for that. And lastly, I'd like to tell everyone Merry Christmas, be safe, and to ask you to remember the reason for the season. I know there's a lot of shopping, a lot of gift giving, but also remember that this is a time for family, to remember those that we've lost and to cherish those that are still here. So Merry Christmas to everyone and to the town employees. Thank you all for all you do.
Thank you, Raquel. And by the way, the food there last night was really, really good. Steve and I and Brian, I know some of you came after we did, but great presentation, great food, and good fellowship.
Thank you.
So thank you guys for putting that on. I'm going to let Jerry go and mix it up a little bit. Jerry?
Okay, basically what I had was pretty much the same thing Raquel has already mentioned, but Chief, again, congratulations. We appreciate everything you do, and thank you very much. Well deserved. And also the Front Street Christmas patio, and I had a great time there. Weather didn't cooperate, but it didn't dampen the spirits, and we really had a good time. So thanks to those that were out there working and making sure that happened. Jeff, I also have a son that's graduating Saturday as well, Trenton, and from MTSU in his mass communications degree. So Patty and I are pretty excited. That gets them all out now, and now we just got to get them to working. So, yeah. So, but anyway, we're really proud of him, as we are all the kids, and so congratulations to him.
I don't think that was a commitment for the parking space.
And as Raquel said, I do want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and please be safe and enjoy the holidays. So, thank you.
Thanks, Jerry. All right, HG, we'll come back to you now.
You don't want to keep mixing it up down there?
Yeah, mixing it back up to you.
All right, I'm pretty mixed up now. I also want to express my condolences to the Collette family. Grew up with the children and broke bread at their house many times, and Miss Linda was always a wonderful person. And then later on, as I got to know her through the city, I found out that she's one of those employees who was kind of looked at as a mainstay around our town hall up here. People would look to her for leadership and guidance, and she was just always a wonderful lady who always had a kind word to say about everybody. She reminds me of Diane. That was definitely a compliment. This is the time of the season where we want to talk about shopping local. Buy first with your local independent businesses. Most of the money stays in town when you shop through those people. As you branch out, go to Smyrna, keep the tax base here. Go to the county, keep the tax base here. I hesitate to tell you to stay away from Amazon because none of the money comes back here. But that's the way it works.
Pause for effect.
Merry Christmas to all. Thank you.
Thank you, HG. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Steve?
All right, I'm not going to go back down the list. I think most of us have had a lot of events since Thanksgiving, and we still have quite a few more. This is one of my favorite times of the year. I don't spend much time at home until right before Christmas, and then pretty much, luckily, my family's all local, so we stay at home quite a bit during the Christmas days, the days off, so it's really nice. Chief, congratulations. Pinnacle Award is a very fitting name for a man like you, so I appreciate that. And, you know, we've been very fortunate with the leadership that you've given us, and I appreciate what you're doing. Other than that, I just want to continue to wish everyone Merry Christmas. I think this is our last council meeting before Christmas. Have a great Christmas. To echo Raquel's words, remember why we're celebrating Christmas. Spend time with your family, attend a church of your choice, and we'll see you next year.
Thanks, Steve. Tim?
Ready for me?
I'm ready for you.
All right. Again, condolences to the Collette family. John and I grew up together, and I know how important his mom was to the family and of course, to our community and here at Smyrna. Chief, congratulations. I mean, to tell you how proud I am wouldn't be enough. Our leadership team, you guys continue to amaze me, not only with what you do here, but what you do in the community, as well as our employees, not only what they do within the town, but what they do for the community. I would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a happy 2019. It is one of my, beginning at Thanksgiving, this is one of my favorite times of year because it's all about family. And we all take time from our busy lives to let everybody know in our family how much we love them and cherish them and how important our friends are. So again, from Don and myself, Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank you. Well, everything's been said probably that regarding the Collette family. Chief, regarding you, congratulations as well from me. We appreciate that. This is kind of weird, but Jerome's in the room, and Jerome, I don't get to see you as often, but I want to tell you thank you, not for what you brought up here and presented, but what you do in our community. Sir, you do a lot, and we really do appreciate that, and I'll leave it at that. I know you don't want any accolades, but thank you for doing that. Chief Bill, I don't know if you can give us any update on Braxton Harrell. Do you know any more at all? No, sir, this time. Okay, we want to continue to keep the Harrell family in our prayers. Braxton, their young son, is still battling some health issues, and we want to keep them lifted up. Thank you, Brian, for doing the legislative breakfast organization. I think that we all appreciate that, knowing that we're working with some of our legislative family out there from all different parts of the county. We had the county mayor here. We had some people, some state representatives and senators that came to this breakfast. And I think teamwork is definitely the way we all need to come together to make the county prosper. And I've heard the mayor say that many times. If something happens in Murfreesboro, we're glad for them. If something happens well here, Murfreesboro's glad for us because it's Rutherford County and we're all a partner in this. So we all have to work together with roads and utilities and things like that when we get into those areas that butt up against each other. Some of those things are probably coming before we know it. Some other things that are on future agendas, we'll have to work with neighboring municipalities in good spirit. So keep that in mind. The other thing I'd like to say is I'm thankful, and I want to say this to all of our servicemen and women here, locally, across the pond, anywhere they are, and not just them, but their families. This is the time of year that a lot of sacrifice is made by those people, and we need to remember them. They're protecting our rights, protecting our country, protecting our freedoms, and their families struggle a lot during this time of year when they're not together. So they're missed, and I just want to remember them and not forget those people. Keep those people in your prayers. It is Christmas, and to me there is obviously a greater reason for this season than gift giving and shopping. I know we do want them to stay local when they do, right, HG? We want them to stay here and shop, but there is a larger reason. With that, I attend Life Point Church. There's a Life Point Church program that the public is invited to if you want to see a Christmas program, December 14th on Friday night, 7 o'clock, and then Saturday there's a couple services as well. Public's invited. So this is all about Christmas, and we just want to make sure you know that. With that, I don't think I have anything else. If there's any others, guess what? We'll call this meeting adjourned. Thank you all for being here.